All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the men of great millstone. Shalom to the Akim, and if you walk with who may be listening. This is your brother Batakallah from the GMS camp here in Chicago, coming back at you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and Lord willing, this edifying lesson. All right, now the Salakia. The inspiration for this lesson was a video that the elder had shared with the camp, but it was it's basically a compilation of these Jakes reacting. Apparently according to what these Jakes said, two Edomites went to some ghetto in Atlanta dressed up with the KKK outfit on, and two YNs killed them. And all these Jakes, the video that the elder had shared with the camp was just a compilation of TikToks of all these Jakes boasting and bragging and celebrating the fact that these two little nigglets put these little nigglets put these Edomites to death. I don't know how many of these little niggers actually committed the act, but they just in that spirit of, and it to be honest, to me it seems like a operation or a psyop, as they would call it. A lot of people are saying that you can't even find this on the news now. Esau hides a lot of things on the news, so I'm not going to say that it did or it didn't happen. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But nonetheless, you know, whether the actual act took place, it seems to me that it's a operation by these devils, man. All right, because it don't even make sense that these clan individuals would get hooded up to go to the ghetto and just walk around among these little niggers, man. Because if you're being honest, the clan they got Jake right where they want him. The fuck away from Edomites, killing each other, selling dope to each other, etc. Going to jail, all that shit. All right, so the clan should, based off of what they preach, should be satisfied with the state that Jake's in. And on top of that, should be satisfied with the fact that Jake is completely separate from where they at, pretty much all across America. All right. So it seemed like an operation to me, but nonetheless, you know, the first thing I want to say before we get these precepts out is that, GMS doesn't promote or condone any violence against anybody. The only time that you should be using physical force against somebody, if you in the camp, is if somebody tries to attack you or harm you in any way, then of course, by law, you are allowed to defend yourself. All right. But we don't teach that Jake should be flying off the handle on Edomites and beating up Edomites, even if an Edomite shows up with a KKK costume on. Who gives a shit, man? You want to walk around looking like a fool? Go ahead. All right, that don't got nothing to do with us. It's not our job to be attacking these people for anything short of them trying to attack you first. All right, and that goes for anybody, whether it's a heathen, a Edomite, a Jake, whatever. You know, you don't attack nobody unless your well-being is being threatened physically. Then by law you're allowed to protect yourself, of course. But we don't condone or promote violence of any kind. We don't condone or promote attacks of any kind. The only thing we here to condone and promote is the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and to teach this 100% truth and wake up the elect. All right. Now, with that out of the way, we're going to get 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh, and bringing it into the captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach. So that's what we're here to do, man. We're not here to have a Mike Tyson punch out with none of these heathens. We're not here to, definitely not here to be putting people to death or anything like that, man. All right. And we don't condone the promotion of that either. All right. Because the point blank period, all these jakes that's getting on the internet boasting in the fact that them Edomites got put to death really for doing nothing. That's the spirit of a woman, and it's wicked. All right. And the compilation, it wasn't just men, it was women also. these nigger women. And when you hear them talking, there's no difference in what they saying at all, man. And all these jakes want to start talking tough and say that they got weapons and they gonna do this and they gonna do that. Look, man. First and foremost, Esau got a count of every weapon that's out here, whether you want to believe it or not, whether the weapon is illegal or not. Esau got a count of everything that niggas got out here. And all the shit that they let and allowed you jakes to get your hands on is nowhere near the actual technology that they got when it comes to putting people to death, man. These Edomites got something for you niggas, and a little pistol is not going to stop whatever they doing, man. All right. Really, all they want to do is get you Jakes out of in character, but out of character, because it's in a nigger's character to act like a punk and act like a woman and want to fly off the handle every time for any slight. But they want to get you dudes to get in your feelings and act wild and condone violence for no reason, so that when he comes down with great wrath, it's not going to look like he's being wicked, man. And to be honest, the Lord putting that spirit on these jakes to talk like that and act like that because the Lord got something for them. Just like the scriptures say in Job, the deceived and deceiver are his, man. See, you jakes have been deceived first and foremost by the Lord, but through Esau, the Lord has deceived you jakes into thinking that, oh yeah, if these white men come around here trying to talk tough, we gonna kill them. Absolutely not. All right. Trust me, if Esau want to come and run down on Jake, it ain't going to take but 20 minutes for all you little YNs and you black bitches to get put in your fucking place or put in the earth. All right? And that's why we don't condone any carnality when we dealing with these devils, man. The scriptures hurt them enough. We don't have to get carnal, man. All right? We're going to get the next one because this is what we doing, man. This is the spirit that we in right here. Salakia, 27 kind. This the spirit we in right here. This Psalms chapter 27 and verse 1. Yahweh is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Yahweh is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? So we don't Edomites walking around with costumes on doesn't put fear in our heart. Esau threatening to do whatever he's going to do doesn't put fear in our heart. All right, like the scriptures say in the Maccabees, man. We or it don't say it in the Maccabees. Salakia. Let me just get it, man. Salakia. Salakia. Con, it's in Matthew. I'm tweaking. I said Maccabees. That's my bad. This is Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. And that's who we fear. We're not worried about nothing that these devils threaten to do because we know that whatever these devils do to us is because the Lord allowed it. It's nothing that the Lord don't allow that these devils are never gonna do something the Lord don't allow. Salakia. All right, and Salakia for the misquote on the precept. I was thinking about the seven sons in the book of the Maccabees when I was thinking of that. That's why I said that, but it was in Matthew chapter 10, Salakia. This is back in that Psalms. All right, verse 2. When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. All right, so guess what? These devils are going to try to come against Jake as a whole, but with the purpose of coming against the elect and stopping the elect and stopping the Lord from delivering the elect. That's the spirit. Because these devils don't really give a fuck about these 2/3. They know that they can just ice them whenever, and even if they don't, they not a threat. They're just going to be niggers, and that's not a threat to Esau. All right. But these devils, they want to come against the elect and come after the elect. And the Lord is not going to allow that to happen, man, regardless of any of the things that they do. And certain brothers, it may have to taste death, but guess what? You're going to be brought right back. And like the precept in Matthew said, we're not worried about whether if you can just put us to death. That's all Esau can do is put you to death. And the only thing that's going to happen if that happens is that you're going to go back with the Lord. All right. So we fear the Lord, man. The Lord is who can really jack you up. Esau can only do so much, and even if he do whatever he can do, it has to. The Lord has to allow him to do it, man. All right, this verse 3. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Through war, though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. All right. So these devils, they ramping up, man. They getting ready to carry out their enterprise and go for the gusto, as they would say. All right. But we not in fear of that. We are waiting for them to do what they're gonna do so that Yahushua can do what he has to do. All right, and Lord willing, we be of the elect, and we are able to partake in the destruction of this kingdom after Yahushua returns. Once again, after Yahushua returns, not because some Edomite walked down the street with a costume on, and you in your feelings about it. All right, this verse 5, or Salakia, this is verse 4. One thing have I desired of Yahweh that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of Yahweh all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of Yahweh and to inquire in his temple. All right, and that's why we doing this work, man, because we want to be among those counted worthy to be in the house of David, man. That's our goal. All right. This verse 5. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. All right. So when these devils come after the elect, the Lord is going to protect us, man. Lord willing, we be at that number. Okay. The Lord is going to keep us, and these devils not going to be able to do nothing about it. The only jakes that's going to have to deal with the teeth of this devil for the most part are going to be these 2/3, man. That's who all this calamity is coming for, as the Elder Saint Benji here in Chicago will say. You know, this shit is for these niggas, man. This thing got nothing to do with the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we be of the elect and be of that number. All right. This is verse 6. And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto Yahweh. All right. Hear, O Yahweh, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me, and answer me. When thou saidst, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Yahweh, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me, put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help, leave me not, neither forsake me, O power of my salvation. And that's what we begging the Lord for right now. Not to forget about us when those days come, and to deliver us from these calamities and from these devils, man. And that's why we doing this work. That's why we go out on the highways and byways. That's why we do the videos. That's why we do all the things that we doing that the Lord said that we got to do, man. And Lord willing, the Lord will allow us to continue in that until the end, and ultimately will deliver us. All right. This verse 10. When my father and mother forsake me, then Yahweh will take me up. Because guess what? Your people that you think are close to you, your relatives, not your family, your relatives, as the elder brother Murph would say, because the brothers are your family. All right, but your relatives are going to turn their back on you, man. Esau is going to incentivize turning us in, man. And the people that you think is your family are going to turn their back on you for nothing, to get destroyed. They turning their back on you just to get destroyed, thinking that Esau is going to bless them for turning you in, man. So get your mind ready for that. But guess what? When they do that, the Lord is going to have us. The Lord is not going to turn his back on his elect. And Lord willing, we be at that number. This verse 11, teach me the way, O Yahweh, and lead me in a plain path because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, such as breathe out cruelty. All right. So, Salakia, let me put this on do not disturb. Con. So, we are praying that the Lord protects us from these devils, man. And the Lord is going to protect the elect from them. Lord willing, we be of the elect and get that protection, man. All right, but we're not out here talking about how We're gonna arm up and mount up and run down on these devils because that's not what the Lord said that we need to be doing, man. All right, we need to just lean on the Lord and ask the Lord for his mercy, and if we be of the elect, we will receive that mercy. All right, but all these jakes that want to try to take matters into their own hands and want to get carnal with this devil, they're gonna find out the fucking hard way, man. All right, and then they're gonna come back in the kingdom as nutsack Israelites and have to bear the shame of not leaning on the Lord and not doing this work, man. All right. Because if you have that spirit of, oh, we just gonna make a militia, we're gonna arm up and we're gonna attack these Edomites. You got that spirit, that means you don't have faith that the Lord is gonna send Yahweh Shai back to destroy these devils for us, man. All right, that's what that's saying. You want to take matters into your own hands, and that's what one of these niggers on that video said. Oh, well, ain't nobody coming back to stop no bullets and uh JC and Buddha and Allah ain't coming to save you. And he's right. None of those false gods are coming to save you. But one name that he didn't mention was Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that's the real true living power. All right. And Yahweh Shai is coming back to save us, man. All right. And he ain't coming back to save a bunch of niggers that want to take matters into their own hands. That's not who he's looking for. All right, this is verse 13. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of Yahweh in the land of the living. Wait on Yahweh, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on Yahweh. And that's what we doing. We waiting on the Lord, man. We're not gonna attack none of these Edomites because we feel offended. We're not gonna try to make a militia to fight Esau at his own game because that's not gonna work. All we doing is waiting on Yahweh Shai to come back and destroy this place and deliver the elect. And that's on Yahweh's time. Whatever time Yahweh decides that that's when it's gonna happen is when it's gonna happen. And until then, we're just in the spirit of hunkering down in the foxhole and enduring what we gotta endure and continuing in this work, man. All right. This is Romans 12 and 17. Recompense no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. All right, so we not cause some devil want to walk down the street in a cape and a hood is not an excuse for you to say, oh well, he offended me, so I'm gonna put him to death for that. No, and even according that's not even a balanced punishment for what they did anyway. If you want to really go and look at it in that manner. But these Jakes got the spirit of a woman, and like the elder Malcolm always say, they got the mentality and the spirit of a woman, but the strength and ability to carry out violence that a man has. And that's what these niggers do, man. They act like bitches, but they do man actions, man. And that shit ain't gonna work. This verse 18, if it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. And I'm gonna tell you what, I see one of these devils walking down the street with a hood on, I might shake his hand because we got a lot in common. I hate niggers just like they do. I don't fucking like none of these jakes. Fuck them. This verse 19, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith Yahweh. Alright, so yeah, some Edomite walk down the street with a costume on. Who gives a fuck? Let them enjoy themselves. This they kingdom. Shit, he ain't try to attack you. They didn't try to do nothing to harm them niggas, but they wanted to put them to death. And really, I don't even think that shit happened. This is just some shit that they using to stir you stupid ass niggas up to feel froggy, man. And guess what? Y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do, and Esau gonna do what he gonna do, and then the Lord gonna do what he gonna do. So fuck all y'all. Shit. But we're gonna get the last precept and then we're gonna close it out because although we don't promote or condone none of this shit that these niggas talking about as far as getting violent with these devils in any other situation outside of self-defense, you know, it's still something that the Lord said was going to happen because Esau got a lot to pay for, and a lot of the Lord going to use a lot of these two-thirds to fuck these Edomites up too. This Genesis 49 and 9, Judah is a lion's whelp, From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? And these Jakes, they getting tired, man. These two-thirds getting tired. They got the spirit of the black woman on them, so they get offended very easily. And a vast majority of these little niggas already done been to jail. They comfortable with all that shit, man. They living in environments where niggas getting killed every day, so they comfortable with that too. So although we don't condone that, we don't promote that, we don't teach that, the fact is that the Lord said that these jakes gonna start acting a fool, and that's what's gonna start happening, man. But the best thing for us to do as the hopeful elect is to stay in our lane, do what the scriptures say to do, and let all this shit just happen, man. Let shit happen around you and keep it fucking moving, man. But with that being said, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the men of great millstone. Shalom to the Akim and the few Wakwats who may be listening. Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. Until next time, Kwam Yasharala Wa Baba Bo.